Hi friends, Zoe here, and today I'm super excited to talk to you because I'm going to be talking to you about 25 things and different spaces that you can declutter or clear out before the new year. So grab yourself a cardboard box or a plastic bag because we're really going to clear things out. 2017 is right around the corner and I want you to feel clear and refreshed to start the year off your best. So let's get started with 25 things that you can get rid of right now. So number one is mismatched socks. We all have those socks that seem to have lost their partner. So finally get rid of the pairs that don't have matches because they're long gone, lost in 2016 or possibly even before then. Number two is that stack of papers that most of us have either sitting on our bedside table, on our kitchen counter, on our kitchen table. Get rid of that stack of papers that you need to go through, whether it be bank statements, receipts, or just some important papers. Go through that stack, decide what you need and what you don't need, and don't carry it into 2017. Next is calendars. So get rid of the 2016 calendars and start fresh for 2017. A tip I have is to also decide maybe you want to digitize your calendars this year. An app I really like is called WeekCal, and you can digitize days, months, and color code things. So it's a very helpful app if you decide that you just want to ditch the paper calendars altogether and go completely digital. So next, CDs and DVDs. We're in an age now where we're so lucky that everything is available online through purchase or streaming, downloading, things like that. So if you have CDs and DVDs in your life you're having a hard time parting with, dedicate a morning or an afternoon to loading these CDs and DVDs onto your computer, onto a portable hard drive so you can still have them even if you get rid of the physical piece itself. You can store these all on a portable hard drive. I have one that's about this big. That way you can declutter a space and also hold on to those things that you feel like you might rewatch or really want to listen to again. So next, toiletries. Go into your bathroom cabinets and declutter all of your toiletries. Go through and see if you have those little samples from hotels that we all kind of hang on to because we think, oh, well, when I go on vacation, I'm gonna want to use this or I want to take that. But the truth is when you go on vacation, you kind of want to bring what you have, the good quality products that you've invested in, that you use on a regular basis. So just get rid of all of those things, donate them, or just throw them away if they're expired. Go through your toiletries and really ask yourself if you need to bring those items into 2017 with you. So next, pens and pencils. Go through all of your pens and pencils. Do some of them not work? If they don't work, just toss them. It only takes a minute to scribble on a piece of paper and see if they work. So get rid of all of those that you don't use or that don't work and declutter. Next, damaged clothing and clothing that doesn't fit. Go through the clothing that you had in 2017 and really ask yourself how many times you wore it, why didn't you wear it? Really evaluate your clothing and make sure that you're getting rid of all the pieces that are damaged or that don't fit anymore because you don't need to carry that space into 2017 with you. So get rid of all those clothes that are damaged, that don't fit, that you don't wear, just clear it all out. Next, old food in the kitchen, in the pantry. Go through the items in your cupboards and really ask yourself, when was the last time you ate it? If it's expired, take a good look through there and make sure that you're not bringing anything into 2017 that isn't healthy for you, that won't be consumed. And if things are unopened, then donate them because this is the time of year when people really need it the most. Next, linens. You have extra linens. I personally only have one set of linens for my bed, and when they need to be washed, I just put them into washer and dryer, take them out, put them onto the bed, and just go. I think that quite a few of us probably have spare linens when some people may come and stay, and that's fine. Have one extra, possibly two, but ask yourself if you really need all the linens that you do have, because for the most part, they probably sit in your closet, and they probably have sat in your closet for quite a long time. Next, towels. How many towels do you actually need? Really ask yourself how often you switch up your towels and what your laundry schedule is. If you have extra towels sitting in the closet, like I mentioned, probably beside the linens, then really evaluate if you need to keep these things or if you can afford to donate them. Next, tools. I had a raggedy old toolbox sitting outside on my balcony for quite some time with tools that I didn't even use or didn't even open. I encourage you to go through the tools that you do have in your house. Maybe you have double hammers or maybe you have a bunch of random screws and things that you don't actually need. So go through your tools, really declutter those. There's no sense in keeping around these heavy, bulky items when you really don't need them. Next is packaging from computers or cell phones. We all really like to keep the boxes when things are expensive that we've invested some money in. So for example, an old laptop box or an iPhone box. You feel like you want to keep these just in case you might have to return it. But if you bought a quality product, you most likely won't have to return it. And especially if this is a box that's been kicking around for a couple of months, you aren't going to need it. So don't feel guilty and just recycle it. So next, shoes. Do you have shoes kicking around in your closet that are uncomfortable, that you barely wore in 2017, or that you don't actually like? Really take a look at your shoes, ask yourself if they're comfortable, and if they aren't comfortable, then why would you want to put yourself through the pain of wearing them? So declutter all of those shoes that you don't need, that aren't comfortable, that you won't wear. Next, plastic containers. So go through your cupboards, go through your drawers, all of those Tupperware containers or plastic containers, if they're broken, if they're stained, if they have cracks, if they're missing a lid, just go through and declutter those. Next, go through your wallet. You're gonna feel really good when you pull out everything from your wallet and really put back in all of the things that you really truly use. Do you have cards kicking around in there that you don't use? Membership cards that you don't need? Really go through your wallet and get rid of all those old receipts, things that you don't need to hang on to, especially for 2017. Next, multiple pairs of scissors. Do you have more than one pair of scissors? Maybe you have 3 or 4. You probably only need 1 pair of scissors, so ask yourself if you can get rid of a couple pairs of yours. Next, cookbooks. I know cookbooks are a popular gift that people might receive, but the truth is, if it's not a cookbook that you're using on a regular basis, you can most likely find the recipes online, whether it be on YouTube or Pinterest. You can find all sorts of recipes now right at your fingertips, so you don't need all the bulky space that cookbooks are taking up. So ask yourself if you have a couple that you can get rid of. Next, old hangers. Do you have hangers that are kicking around in the closet that are plastic, broken, wires, just cluttering and cramming up your closet? If you can get rid of these, you're gonna feel a lot better. Next, expired makeup samples. Go through all of that. You don't need to be carrying products into the new year that aren't gonna make you feel fresh and fabulous or that you're not gonna put into good use. So go through your makeup, like I said, if it's expired, if it's a sample, things that you know that you aren't going to use don't need to be there. Next, takeout menus. You don't need to keep these, like I mentioned before, same as cookbooks. Like you can find these types of things online. So get rid of all those takeout menus. If you see them, it might lead to bad habits, poor choices for the new year. For example, ordering a pizza when you do have food at home that you can prepare. So get rid of all those takeout menus, out of sight, out of mind, and start fresh. Next, receipts. You might want to hang on to a few little receipts from Christmas time in case somebody wants to return something or something doesn't end up working. But for the most part, I feel a lot of people hang on to receipts for a long period of time. Go through your receipts, get rid of the ones that aren't something that was super expensive or that you don't feel like you might need to return. Clear out all that crumpled little pieces of paper and you're going to feel a lot better. Next, appliance manuals. Same thing, now we're in such an amazing digital age that you can find out how to operate things just by watching a YouTube video. So get rid of all those appliance manuals because you don't need them and they do clutter a lot of space. Recycle. Next, super specialized appliances. For example, that waffle maker that you never use or that panini grill. Get rid of those appliances that are just really bulking up space that you haven't put to good use. If it's not something that you use every week or every couple of weeks, then it probably doesn't need to be there and you can cook these things in a different way. For example, if it is a panini grill, you can just flip it on a frying pan. Next, games with missing pieces. If you have games for when people come over and they're missing a few cards or they're missing game pieces, you can't play games with missing pieces for the most part. So get rid of all those games that have missing pieces because you don't need to bring them into the new year. Lastly, because it is the holiday season and a lot of us are receiving gifts right now, really ask yourself if you can really put the gift that you've received to good use. And if you haven't, then I encourage you to donate it because there's so many people in this world who don't receive gifts this time of year or who could really find joy in what you can donate to them. So please consider the gifts that you do receive if you're really going to put them to good use or not, because if you're not, somebody else can and it could bring a lot of joy to somebody else's life. I hope you all have an amazing holiday season and I'm so excited for 2017 and all the amazing things it's going to bring you. So grab yourself a cardboard box or plastic bag and start decluttering your space, donate, recycle, pass things on to people who will find use out of them and you're going to feel a lot better, you're going to feel a lot more clear. Have a great day guys, I love you, bye!